Austin city limits, McKinney Falls, baby. We're headed up to McKinney Falls State Park, Austin, Texas. We're not just going camping this time. This time we're going for ACL, baby. Austin City Limits Music Fest. We just kind of left San Antonio where there's nothing but construction on every single highway. It can get a little dangerous with the RV and all, you know. But here we are. So speaking of construction, it's everywhere and it'll get you. We're moving and grooving. We're driving the RV too, so we're in the slow lane and everything's going good, baby. And the roads were decent. Look at this sign, welcome to Mayfair. I always wondered what that was, but it looks nice, so I wanted to capture it on video. Here we're starting to drive through some wilderness, it looks like. You know, it looks pretty cool on our way into the park. So the McKinney Falls State Park, 641 acres, has 81 plus campsites. It's only about 13 miles away from the state capital. So the drive to ACL was not tough, not at all. All right, so we've made it to McKinney Falls, baby. Took about an hour. Yeah, about an hour 15. So we're just gonna check in. We were supposed to get here last night, but we didn't. But it's all good. We're gonna check in real quick. We're gonna chill. We're not gonna grill. Get changed into our ACL outfits and go from there, baby. It's gonna be awesome. All right, we've made it. Campsite 58 here at McKinney Falls State Park. There's a quick walk around. There's your tent pad. Nice little table with some fresh bird poop. You know, there's the camper. And then we just got all set up, you know. The weather was nice, so it wasn't feeling too hot. Nice and cool. I don't know what the temperature was at that moment, but it was decent. Probably upper 80s, I guess, which feels weird to say that was nice and cool, but it's been hot lately, bro. Man, you know, just kind of watching this back, connecting the water line here. You know, I've noticed a lot of the state parks, the little spigot, not, you know, the part that's connected near the electricity, that part's always messed up and the water's always leaking, and I try my best, but bro, it took me a while to connect right here. I was so annoyed, but I kept spilling water everywhere, and judging by the growth around there, you could tell everyone has that issue. I'm pretty sure I heard the neighbor say something about Korean barbecue and it smells really good outside. I might go try to become friends with them just so we could eat. We are heading out to ACL, baby. Let's go. It's about 12:45. We're gonna probably stop by a drive-thru, get some food in our system, and then head out there and have a good time, baby. Sabrina Carpenter is the headliner, so we're planning to watch her whole set, and then we out, baby. Yeah, baby. And like I said, the drive wasn't too far. I think overall it took about 30 minutes just because of the traffic. But it's a nice drive too. I mean, just look at the scenery. You know, the city's beautiful. I've got to tell you, the San Antonio skyline ain't nothing compared to this, man. This is nice. I mean, look at that. Here we are, baby. And then we're getting ready to walk in. Now, let's look at some stats, right? So the walk itself from where we parked was about 1.51 miles of a walk. Took us 37 minutes to walk from where we parked to the entrance to ACL. And now it was hot. So, you know, getting to the campground wasn't terrible, and setting up, you know, the weather felt okay. We were under some trees, but this walk right here, it was a scenic walk. There was a lot going on. Reminded me of when we went tailgating for the Texas game. People handing out free stuff, this band playing on the rooftop there, people trying to sell wristbands. I don't know, people asking for wristbands. It's weird. I don't really know what they want. I never really see them doing business with anyone anyway. The entrance kind of took a while, but once we got in, we hit the hydration station immediately. We got in front of those fans immediately just to kind of cool down from the wait. It was already dusty, bro, like immediately. You know, this is weekend 2, and they always talk about how weekend 2 is dustier. Last year I went on weekend 1, and I can confirm that's a true fact, bro. Like, it was so dusty. You're just breathing that stuff in all the time. Now, the first place we went straight to the beer tent area to go watch the game. We got some decent seats towards the back where the sun was still kind of hitting our backs. We had these neck fans and stuff, but you know, we did the best we could. We were comfortable. We had some nice collapsible chairs. It was good. You can hear everybody, Texas, fight! OU sucks! So the atmosphere was great. Right here, this is me just capturing kind of some raw footage when Texas scored. You know, I just got excited. I was high-fiving everybody, and I didn't realize I had the camera on. But just to kind of show you the atmosphere was pretty cool. It was a good time. Felt like I was actually at the game. This is me yelling. And then afterwards we walked around. We were happy to celebrate Texas winning 23-6, baby. Walked around. By this time Pierce the Veil was on, and this is one of the bands I really wanted to see, so we got to, I guess, the back half of their set. We didn't catch the first half because we went to the store and we bought a few things. My daughter got a shirt, I got some stickers. We went to the DoorDash lounge. We got my daughter got a Sprite. I got a Topo Chico. It's a good time. We got to catch some footage of these fellas getting arrested. You see right there to the left of the screen. And the cops kind of swooped in on these bikes and took care of business, bro. I guess it made you feel safe because, like, I don't know what those guys were doing. There's another guy about to pass by right there. And people calling him loser. I don't know what happened. But it seemed like the cops kind of swooped in rather quickly, which, you know, that'll make you feel safe. Everybody's signs were funny, by the way, other totem poles and stuff. This is Joe, I think that's how you say it. It looks like D Joe, but I think you pronounce it Joe. I'm not sure. But you know, the fella from Stranger Things, his set was pretty cool. We got a pretty good, I think we got pretty close, honestly. Check it out. And this is when we zoomed in and stuff, but I mean, you could see pretty clear. It's pretty cool. We had brought one of those little circle stools too, you know, that they fold up really nice. This is the Strokes, by the way. So we got to capture the first part of the Strokes, and then we headed back to go to Sabrina Carpenter. But first, a quick stop at the Dash Pass lounge just to use those bathrooms. They're a little bit nicer on our way back to Sabrina. Which you can tell right here, it's much more crowded. But we have this like circular stool thing. They sell them on Amazon. You twist it and it turns into a stool, and it's like surprisingly strong. It can actually hold my weight, which was a good call because my daughter is 4'9", and most people are taller than us. And it made it to where she could stand on the stool and see just fine, as you can see right here perfectly. And she was loving Sabrina Carpenter. She was getting some videos, sending it to her friends and stuff. And you can see she's not like towering over people, but it's like perfect for her to get a good point of view. Otherwise, it would have probably been miserable for her if you think about it. Not really being able to see anything. She would have been able to hear just fine, but she wouldn't have been able to see anything. And she's at the point too where I wouldn't be able to carry her the whole time either, you know. That would have been a little tiring. No offense, but she's just bigger now, like she's a taller kid. But the set was cool. The fireworks, she sang all the popular songs. Nothing too crazy, nothing too inappropriate either. That's kind of what I was worried about. So it was good. She brought out the Chicks, which, you know, a lot of people were complaining that nobody knew who that was. Let's see. She's about to say it.
Like, all the noise in the world for the chicks!
See, I thought it was loud. You know, people knew, the older folks like me knew who they were. But that was cool. I was really hoping they would sing the song about Earl. Because my daughter does know that one. And that one's funny, you know. Goodbye, Earl. But that was cool. But you can see the crowd wasn't as into it. Because I guess just a younger crowd overall, right? I don't know. But overall, really good time. Songs were great. The backdrop was great. She got on top of this like crane and kind of was going over the crowd and stuff, and that was really cool. I was kind of hoping she'd be like Chris Brown and like just fly across the crowd, but I guess, you know, I guess can't ask for too much, right? That would have been cool. And then I think she closes with espresso, I think. And, you know, there was a lot of talk that she was going to sneak on Taylor Swift, you know, because Taylor Swift's new album just came out and there's a song with Sabrina on there. And so there were rumors, you know, that Taylor Swift would show up. And I was here for it. I was ready. But didn't happen. Instead, she brought out the chicks, which was cool, too. Like I'm saying, the chicks are great. You know, they just sang one song, like one chick's song, or and I think they sang another song with Sabrina, one of her songs. I don't remember which one it was, but that was cool. It wasn't Taylor Swift. That would have been, man, the crowd would have gone crazy. I don't think they'd be able to control people at that point. But man, yeah, it was a good time. The firework, like, this is cool. This is really cool. Definitely worth coming out to do this if you never have. And yeah, and then, you know, that was basically it. It was time to roll after that. And from there, bro, let me tell you, 2.5 mile walk back. A long walk. We were tired. We were wearing our face covers. But the way we exited, it made us go the other way, the opposite. You can see here in this route. It made us go the opposite route that we needed to go. But there was we couldn't turn, we couldn't do anything. We got home, we watched TV for a little bit, but bro, we were so tired. We woke up the next morning at like 10, which I haven't woken up at 10 since I was a teenager, bro. But man, we slept in, our bodies were hurting. I was already congested, even with the face mask and all that stuff. We still were breathing in a lot of dust. Especially just walking after that 2.5 mile walk, there's just dust everywhere the whole time because everybody's walking, right, kicking up dust. But we did wake up in time to go check out the Lower Falls Trail. I think it's called the Homestead Trail where we started, I guess. And you go to the lower falls here of McKinney Falls State Park. Now, this was tricky because I didn't see anything that I would call a fall. You know, I didn't see any running water. I saw water that looked pretty still the whole time. And that's just being honest. Like, this water obviously comes from somewhere. There's a little turtle just hanging out. There were a few of them there in the water. But obviously this water comes from somewhere. But I don't know. Maybe it's been dry in the area lately. I couldn't tell you. But didn't look like it was coming from anywhere. That water was not moving. You know, surprisingly, there weren't mosquitoes all over the place. But the place itself looked very similar to Pedernales State Park. If you haven't seen that video of mine, check it out. It's on my channel. Like and subscribe, please. That would be really cool. And that video's on there where we had a nice family camping trip to Pedernales Falls State Park. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if you're supposed to say Pedernales or Pedernales. I don't know, bro. But it looks very similar to this. And, you know, it's beautiful. It's nice. The water just, there was no like running water. That's kind of what I expected to see. But even despite that, like this is really cool. It kind of feels like you're on another planet. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would think like this was a movie set somewhere and they're like some kind of other planet, or this was back like a Jurassic Park movie or something, you know, because it's really cool. I mean, it's a really unique kind of thing to see, but there is like the upper falls as well. And I think on the upper falls, that's probably where there are actually waterfalls, I guess, but we didn't have time to go do that.
Go.
Because we woke up so late, right? Look at my agility. Whoa! Get it. Good time. This was cool. So, you know, I was filming with my new camera, the DJI Nano. It was the first time I took that bad boy out into, you know, the real world. And it was fun. My daughter was using my GoPro Hero 13. So we were getting some good footage, you know, and it was cool. It was a good time. The walk itself, this on this trail, very short, which thank God, bro, after I think I walked 19,000 steps or 9 miles the day before. So luckily this trail here, the Homestead Trail that led to the lower falls, luckily I think it was 0.13 miles. So it was nothing, absolutely nothing compared to what we had walked the day before. But we were trying our best to hydrate ourselves, drinking Gatorade, liquid IV and all that stuff. Like just really trying to make sure we were feeling healthy. Here in McKinney Falls State Park, baby. It's very nice. It looks a lot like Pathologist Falls State Park. Almost looks like the same, like almost the same exact thing. Anyway, it's really cool. This is the Lower Falls Trail. It's awesome. Yeah, and it wasn't too crowded either. That's what I liked about it. You know, because the park has, you know, I think 81 campsites is what I said earlier. And you wouldn't know it because it didn't seem too crowded. And this is the same park we stayed at last year when we came out to ACO as well. And I didn't get to come out because I was too tired. You know, same thing as this year. I was just so fatigued, man. Like your body just hurts. Even now, so all of this footage here is from Saturday and Sunday. Today's Monday when I'm recording this. And even now, my body is still hurting. So we went out to some fine dining at McDonald's. We were going to go to Kirby Lane because, you know, that's kind of where I wanted to go eat breakfast. But we were running out of time. We had to check out. You know, at this point right here, where we're pulling back into the park, it's already like 11:40 and you're supposed to check out at 12. Get a magnet for that. So we were already kind of playing with fire at this point. That one is, yeah. But we went into the store. They got a nice little store here with shirts that are reasonably priced. $24.99 t-shirts compared to t-shirts at ACL, which were minimum $40, which is wild.
These shirts are at least
got a sticker, got a magnet for our camper, and you know the store is nice. They have all the necessities that you might need, so it's all good. So definitely recommend this park. Like and subscribe for sure. We just left the gates of McKinney Falls State Park, baby. It was a great time. We went to ACL. We saw Sabrina Carpenter. We saw other people. It was a good time. McKinney Falls, it really reminded me of Pathologist Falls, to be honest. It looks very similar in terms of how the water is, and you got like the limestone rock and all that stuff. Almost looked like it was just its cousin or something. Maybe they're related. Anyway, it was a good time. We're headed back. Highly recommend it. All right, so I always will recommend going to McKinney Falls State Park, especially for ACL weekend, baby. Make sure to like and subscribe.